Hi, my loves. For this practice, you'll definitely need a strap or a tie, something like that for your hands, and a block or a book. Come into your child's pose and begin the work of settling in. Maybe after a few breaths, you realize you need to put a block under your forehead. Or there's more space in your spine and you can elongate. For today's practice, we're going to do some upper back opening. We're going to take some wheels, and because of that, we're also going to do some core work. So get ready to just dive right in. On your next exhale, press all of the air out of your body. And then really focus on an intentional full inhale. It's as though you're trying to inhale so much so that your belly might press onto your thighs or onto the floor. And then make your way up, gently pressing, right? We've been sitting for a moment. And sit on a block or sit in hero pose if that's really accessible to you. And take a moment kind of negotiating with your hips and your knees and your ankles. And then bring one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. Take a small tilt of the pelvis so your shoulders stack over your hips. And in this supported seated position, I want you to let your hands serve as a reminder to your breath. So you can feel the expansion of the belly on your inhale and the contraction on the exhale. Notice the rising of your chest on the inhale and the settling and softening of your shoulders on your exhale. Taking this opportunity to tune in to your body, to your being. And welcome any sensation as a messenger. Begin to move into an Ujjayi breath. And then roll your shoulders forward and backward, just a couple of times. Preparing them for the work that is coming. Because we're going to do some work. Anyways, remove your block. Come to a seated butterfly pose. And I want you to kind of sway side to side, slowly lowering your torso over your legs. So the closer to the hips that the heels are, the more difficult this will be for the low back and the hips. So you can take your legs out farther for more of a seated star pose. but really it's up to you. And I like to kind of just gently walk my hands out, so that way I have a sway that's intentional. If I don't walk my arms out, I just kind of like flop around like a fish. That's a great visual for you. You're welcome. Letting your breath guide your movement, right? Inhaling one direction, exhaling the other, back and forth, and make your way up to seated. And we're going to do that again, but this time we're just going to go straight down with a flat back. So just hinging at the hips forward, and you determine how far forward you hinge. Maybe you even need to sit on a block in this posture. It's your body. You're the boss of you. But I do invite you to try something new. Inhale, lift up, grab your strap. Extend your right leg out. Keep your left leg bent in. Wrap the strap around your foot and fold over this side. Lift your left arm up. Working to keep the shoulders stacked one on top of the other. So the hinge is coming from the side body. And bending your lower elbow as much as you can without overdoing it, right? And then bring your arm over and sit back up, other side. Wrap the strap and hinge to the side. I'm going to take a cactus arm on this side because my left shoulder is the shoulder that gives me the most trouble. So, gotta get some opening on the right side. So that seems opposite, right? Anyways, come back up to the center, sit comfortably, take your strap in both hands, and begin to thread back and forward. And I want both elbows straight here. You can even see in my body where my shoulder kind of giddy-ups out of position, and so that's my work. You're just going to thread forward and backward. So what I was saying with my shoulders is my left shoulder gives me the trouble, so I stretch my right. So sometimes it's the opposite of what we think, right? Anyway, so we'll get into that next time. Hinge side to side now. So the stretch is coming from the rib cage and up. Your hips are anchored down. I don't know why this always makes me think of a court jester. You're just tilting side to side. Come back up to center. Make sure your shoulders are stacking. And then you can hinge a couple more times, right? I notice that my shoulders kind of come out of place sometimes, so I've got to realign. All right. Arms overhead with your strap. Take cactus arms and squeeze your shoulder blades super tight, super tight. And then play with the space, the distance of your elbows, right? So pull them forward, tuck them in. It's just to get some different opening. And even like the spine between my shoulder blades, when I do this, it kind of crunches. Like it's almost like the fascia is waking up. Squeezing. Yeah, and you can see the asymmetry in my body, so you can recognize that your body will have it too, and that's okay. Maybe take a small back bend here, elbows forward, chest up. Removing your strap. Good work. Go ahead and set your strap to the side. We'll need it later. And just take some shoulder rolls here. Nothing super formal, just a couple forward, a couple backward. Take your arms to a T and take cactus arms. We'll do both sides, so pick one elbow to go under the other. If you have limited mobility like I do, you can aim for cactus arms, or you can just bring both elbows to press together in front of your face. Come back to a T, switch sides. This is really easy for you. You can work on doing a back bend with your eagle arms or crouching forward, taking another breath, And then grabbing your strap, we're going to take cow face arms. So one arm's going to come overhead, the other arm is going to wrap underneath, behind your back, pardon me. The strap is helpful if you put it in your top hand and then let it dangle and let the bottom hand grab it. And you're working to sit up straight in your hips, pull your rib cage down and together, chin parallel to the floor, walking your fingers closer together via the strap. And now that you've finally gotten there, change sides. Making micro adjustments throughout, right? Shoulders over hips, lower belly in. One more breath. And release. Continuing to sit in an easy seat, drop your right ear towards your right shoulder, take your right hand and gently pull, creating space across the left side of your neck. And coming back to center, drop to the other side. Be aware that your shoulders are soft, that they're not pulling up towards your ears, that instead you're bringing your ear down, not your shoulder up. Now take your right hand and bring it to your left collarbone, and then drop your ear away from your hand. So this stretch gets into the front of the throat, of the neck, and so I like to do some gentle rolls to the back and to the side to open up. Deep opening here. And then the other side. Tuck your chin to your chest and gently pull forward. Working to keep your spine erect, you're just tucking your chin to your chest. One more breath. Take your arms to a T, and then like you're hugging a beach ball, roll forward, tuck your chin to your chest, and then inhale, arms out. Exhale, arms come in like you're hugging a beach ball, chin down. Inhale up, lift your chin. Exhale, back down, rounding. Inhale up. One more time, round down, tuck your chin. And rise up. Good work. Making your way onto all fours, we're going to take some cat-cow poses here. Take a moment, set up your stance, and then drop your chest, lift your head. And then from there, coming into your cat pose, lift your lower belly up and in, and cycle through a couple more times at your own breath. And then go ahead and release a little bit of weight off your hands. Twist your palms so the fingertips face out. And then just sway side to side, pushing the weight of your body into the heel and fingers of one hand and then shifting back to the other. And when you feel complete there, tuck your fingers back towards your legs and then lean back, getting a stretch across your forearm. So fingertips face the knees, and then you can shift your weight forward and backward to open up that part of your lower arm. And then spin the fingers back around to the front. Extend your right leg back behind you, toes are on the ground, and I want you to just shift your weight forward and backward so you're getting into your shin and your calf. And then go ahead and switch sides, left leg out, pressing forward and backward. Active Ujjayi. And drop onto your knees, reset your hands, both legs up, plank pose. Press your whole weight forward and backward just like you did a few seconds ago. And then launching up into downward facing dog. Intentionally roll through your feet, pressing into your heel and your opposite toe. Let your breath match your posture. Inhale, right leg up. Press through your left heel down. Square your hips. And then return to the ground. Left leg up this time. Working on pressing down through the right heel. Both feet meet on the ground. Right leg up. Right knee, right elbow. And three-legged dog. Right knee, left elbow, or in my case, wrist. Three-legged dog. Bring your knee through center, knee to nose. Meeting in downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg up. Left knee, left elbow. Up. Left knee, right elbow. Up. Through center. Back up, meeting in down dog. Step your feet to your hands. Halfway lift. And then bow forward. Taking a ragdoll here, grab opposite elbows. Take your feet as wide as is comfortable. Taking a moment, maybe you wrap your arms around your calves, pulling your torso down, and then halfway lift. Shift your weight to the toes and fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, and bow forward. Exhale. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up to standing, arms overhead to Tadasana. Bring your arms through heart center, arms down by your side, Samastitihi. Pause here. All four corners of your feet grounding down, shoulders roll a couple of times till they stack over your hips. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, grab opposite elbows and kind of sway side to side. Working to keep the hips static so the opening is coming from the side body. Coming back through center. Small back bend here. Exhale, fold down, coming into your ragdoll because your elbows are already together. Taking some gentle sways here. Release your arms, halfway lift. Grab your strap. Roll all the way up, strap in hand. Take it as wide as you need to. We're going to take some arm circles here with the strap. You want your elbows straight, soft bend, right? But don't let one elbow bend excessively to accommodate the other shoulder. And we're just going forward and backward. Stop with your arms overhead. Same thing as we did with our elbows. You're just going to sway side to side, tilting. Coming back to center, bring your arms behind you. Fold forward using the strap, pardon me, to bring your arms overhead. If this is really easy for you, you can just clasp your hands behind your back and pull your arms overhead. That's not my body. Letting there be a chest opening and a hamstring opening simultaneously. Drop your arms overhead, remove your strap. Sometimes I like to wrap it around my calves and really pull my torso closer. That's just up to you. Inhale, halfway lift. Stepping back, high push-up. Inhale, right knee, right elbow. Right knee, left elbow. To the center and back. Still in high plank. Left knee, left elbow. Left knee, right elbow. Left knee towards center. High plank. Down dog. Staying in your ujjayi, pedal out if you'd like. Tailbone tilting high. Look between your fingertips. Take your hands and your feet together. Halfway lift. Bow forward. Coming into gorilla pose. Tuck your palms under your feet. So toes to wrist. And bow forward. So you're intentionally pressing your toes into your wrist and your palms. Release your hands, halfway lift. Taking your peace fingers, wrap around your big toe. Pull your torso over your legs. Release, halfway lift. Roll up to standing, arms come up overhead. Grabbing your elbows again. Tilting from side to side. Working to keep the chest tilted towards the ceiling. And forward fold back into your ragdoll. Again, you've already got your elbows, might as well. Halfway lift. High push-up. Just like before, take your right knee to your right elbow and back. Left elbow and back. Coming through center and down. Left knee, left elbow. Left knee, right elbow. Through center and down. Downward facing dog. So we're activating the core and opening the upper back. Inhale, right leg up. Step through low lunge. Go ahead and grab your strap. So your left knee is on the ground. Take your arms up and over with the strap. And we're just going to take some more of those arm circles that we took a moment ago. This time we're working on opening the front left hip and the shoulders. Really preparing the body to come into wheel pose. Remove your strap. Coming into an easy twist. Left hand down, right hand up. Pop your back knee up off the ground. Downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg up. Step through, drop your right knee, grab your strap, lift the arms up. Same thing, we're just going to roll through the shoulders. You're kind of like rolling or threading, some people call it. Nice work. One more time, back and forward Dropping your strap to the side, right hand down, left knee up, left arm up, easy twist. Really working on the rotation to open coming from the rib cage. Downward facing dog. Stay in your breath. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale up. Exhale, crossing over, knee to elbow. Inhale up. Exhale, crunching through the center, step through, crescent lunge. Find your balance. Inhale your arms overhead. Grab your elbows. Tilt your torso from side to side. We did it standing in Tadasana. Now we're doing it in crescent lunge. Working on your balance here. Other side. Come back up to center. Taking a back bend. Elbows are still clasped. You got it. Coming down. Downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg up. Left leg, left elbow. And up. Cross your body. And up. Bringing your knee to your nose, stepping through crescent lunge. Come up. I like to take my hands to heart center, find my balance. Then bring the arms overhead, grabbing the elbows, and tilt. It's easier for me to tilt towards the standing leg, the bent leg first, but you do you. And then the other side, whatever that is, back to center, stopping here in the center for a back bend. Beautiful. Downward facing dog. Yeah. All the yogas for all the peoples. Drop onto your knees. We're going to take hero pose again. You can sit on a block or not, your choice. And then bring your hands, one to your heart, one to your belly. Take a couple of breaths here, getting centered. And maybe you try to sit without the block or on a lower level. Intentional breath. Go ahead and lift out, remove your block, come onto your back. Bringing your legs to 90 degrees, put a block between your knees, feet are flexed. Interlace your hands under your head and just lift the torso up. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Lift, lower. Lift, lower. Lift, lower. Lift, lower. So there's a squeezing of the lower belly, up and down. Squeeze lower belly up and down. Up and down. Big exhale, lift up for 10 pulses. You've got this. Flex your feet, squeeze your lower belly down and in. You can count to 10. And then when you're done, remove the block and lay in a star pose on the ground. So arms extend overhead, legs a little bit wider than the mat. Lift your right leg up and lower it. Lift your left leg and lower it. Now left hand to right foot. Right hand, left foot. Opposite. 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 Up got this. And just settle into the ground. Bring your feet to the earth, knees bent. Lift your hips for bridge pose. Working your feet to 12 o'clock. Glutes are soft. Lift a little higher. And then lower down. Come into wheel pose by tucking your hands just by your ears, under your shoulders, pressing up through your heels of your hands and feet. If this is not quite in your practice yet, you just go back to your bridge pose. We're still up. One more breath. And then lower back down. You can windshield wiper the knees side to side, letting the low back settle. Bringing your hands back by your ears. Lifting up, wheel pose. It's beautiful. The shoulders extended as much as possible over the wrists. In your breath, feeling your body, and lower down. Same thing as before, just a gentle windshield wiper of the knees, side to side. And you have to know, pardon me, that there's another wheel pose hidden inside you. So maybe you put the block between your knees and lift on up. I had some technical difficulty here. I tried to do a different distance on my block. It was not a thing. And then lift up. It's going to be a different wheel, right? When we are squeezing the inner thighs together by holding the block. Be okay with that. Lower down, remove the block. Supta Baddha Konasana. This is just laying down butterfly. Bring your knees into your chest. Straighten your legs up and down. Hands clasped behind the head, pardon me. Lower your legs 30 degrees. So we're coming back into integrity with the abs. Lower, lower, another 30 degrees. And then hover above the ground. Maybe you lift your chin up. So we want to reignite the core, the abdominal muscles, because we have some more back bend to do. Inhale, lift your legs up. And then exhale, lower 30 degrees, pulling lower belly in towards the floor. And then lower another 30. And then hover. Lifting your chin if you'd like. And then take some knees in. Elbow to knee, elbow to knee. So you're still hovering. You're just taking elbow to knee. Crossing your body. Your own pace, your own breath, as fast or slow as you like. And then release. Back into your Supta Baddha Konasana for a couple of deep breaths. And then coming into happy baby or dead bug pose. Pressing your sacrum, your skull, your spine flat, flat, flat onto the ground. Maybe you rock side to side, your choice. Love this pose. Oh, it's so good to do in bed before you get up. Okay, however is easiest for you, make your way to standing. Pick a wall, find a wall. Hopefully one without a lot of stuff on it. Feet parallel, arms overhead. We're going to work on drop backs with the wall. So start closer to the wall and just touch with your hands. And then step a little further out. Bend back, touch the wall. Maybe you step a little further out, bend further back, touch the wall. Spend a moment. Maybe you rock side to side, opening up the shoulders and the chest even more. Come back to center, reset. Maybe you walk a little further out, maybe not. And then, maybe you walk down the wall a little bit this time. Staying in your breath, walking back up. Good work. Okay, samastitihi at the top of your mat. So that's just standing at attention, feeling your spine, the vitality of it all. Turn your toes out, drop your hips down. You can sit on a block if you'd like, or not. We're taking Malasana pose. Grab your strap if you need some opening in your shoulders. We're gonna take Malasana with a bind. So you're gonna put your left hand on the ground in front of your left foot and then twist your right arm around your back. You can use the strap to grab your hands and help pull closer together. And then release, other side. Right hand down, left arm wraps behind your back. Twisting from the rib cage, stacking your shoulders. The last thing that happens is your chin twists towards the sky. Probably the ceiling. Most of you are probably doing this inside. One more breath. And release. Making your way onto your sit bones. Legs out in a straddle. We've already been here before. Make sure there's softness behind your knees. And then just dip alternate shoulder down and down. Right, so you're getting your shoulders open while you're also getting the inner thigh open. And maybe you work your chest closer to the floor with each shoulder drop. And then come back up to center. And with your hands, crawl forward as far as you can. Knees and toes face upright. That is more important than just plopping your belly on the floor. I do not care if your belly ever touches the floor. I love a block here because it helps me keep integrity in my legs, and I put the block under my forehead so I can truly rest into this pose. Inhale, lift up. Grab your strap, wrap it around your right flexed foot. Same thing we did earlier. You're going to bend your elbow, pull your torso to the side, and then taking a cactus arm with your top arm. So there's rotation in the rib cage. And then roll over, and now you're hinging over your right leg. So both hands are grabbing your foot if possible, or your shin or behind your knee. And coming back up, grab your left foot with your strap. Same thing as the other side. Left elbow is bent as you're grabbing your foot with the strap. Right hand, elbow is bent. Just take the Joker pose on the other side. That's what I'm saying. Extend over your leg. And then twist your torso. So long-term goal is like lips to shin here. Gently lift up. Get your props out of the way. Come onto your back, knees bent. Taking another windshield wiper of the knees here. just until you feel your back relax, and then Supta Baddha Konasana again. So we've done work to open up the back, the shoulders, and activate the core. So take the time to acknowledge the change in your body. And then once you feel complete with your Supta Baddha Konasana, come out for Savasana. You already know what to do here. Settle in. Pause your thoughts. Surrender. Beginning to take smaller and smaller circles with your left arm, and then just let it drop. And then come onto your back. Notice the difference in your left shoulder and your right. And then roll to the other side. So now you'll be on your left shoulder, right arm up high. Same thing as before. Little tiny circles to bigger, and then reverse. Making your way tinier and tinier circles. And let your arm drop. One last pose before the end of practice. Take a puppy pose. So this is like child's pose, only your tailbone is really, really high. So tailbone and knees are stacked, and you're pressing your chest through to the ground. If you have incredibly open shoulders and chest, you can always put blocks under your hands to really get into this pose. That's how we might do it in a yin practice as well. I want you to exhale and leave everything on your mat. And then make your way up to a comfortable seat. Sitting up nice and tall as if you've just done an hour of yoga. Drop your ear to your shoulder and just spin from side to side. Rolling through the front of your neck. So the back of your neck is getting stretched, chin goes towards chest, ear to shoulder, and back the other way. Beautiful work. Bring your hands to heart center, and then drop your fingers so they're facing down. And lower your palms just a little bit so they're on your belly. Giving a little tension here. And then bringing your thumbs to third eye center, to your mouth, and back to your heart. Sealing in a perfect practice. As always, I love you. Namaste.